ToothFest has been running for over a decade, and if you think every year was a published, well-organized celebration of Toontown, you'll be very wrong. Some years were legendary, and others were beautiful disasters. Today, I'll be putting every single one of them in a tier list in order. Before I start ranking, here's how I'm judging this. A great ToonFest isn't just a press conference. It's a community. The energy in the room, the moments in between panels, the feeling when you're surrounded by hundreds of other tunes and who care about this game as much as you do. And some of these years, I was there in person, and others I watched from home. A few, I have heard the stories. 12 ToothFests, 2 eras, let's go. The first ToothFest wasn't at a theme park. It was at Walt Disney Studios in Burbank, California. The actual corporate lot. Disney opened the gates to their working studios for a bunch of players. That the fact it was new at the time what ToothFest was supposed to look like. I'm gonna give it a C tier. Here's why. Disney is basically just there. It has everything bare bones. Yes, the tickets were like $10. That's crazy by today's standards, but hey, everyone has to start somewhere. Year 2, and Disney goes bigger. They moved ToonFest from Burbank, California to the Magic Kingdom at the Walt Disney World Resort in Orlando, Florida. The most iconic theme park on Earth. You're at the Magic Kingdom, surrounded by tunes and Disney magic, celebrating game that was at its peak. This wasn't some side event tucked into convention. No. This was ToothFest standing on its own, backed by Disney themselves. I'll rank this at B tier. The reason is why I put it at B tier because, well, it came alive and Disney made a lot of money, you know? Yeah. And they promoted themselves as well. So, yeah. 2015. This is where the ToothFest as we know it really begins. Toontown Rewritten is running the show now. OMG Con in Owensboro, Kentucky. Small venue, big heart. The team shows up in person for the first time. This was a proof of concept. Can a fan-run revival of a game that shut down 2 years earlier pull off a real convention presence? The answer was yes. Mostly. Yes, it was scrappy, it was small, but it set the tone for everything that followed. And the pine tradition, started by the fan, started right here. So for that ranking, I will rank it at high C tier. The reason why, I get it. Everyone has to start somewhere. I know this was prepared like in a month, in a few weeks in advance. So, yeah. So, that's why I put it at C tier. Back at OMG Con. But they now have a convention under their belt. It showed hundreds of people packed into that panel room. Sir Max, Boo Boo, Fat Miss Stink. The team was up there and the energy was real. They ran a trolley games tournament that got so loud during the race game. A wild card sent one player straight to the finish line. The crowd was louder than the Nintendo tournament happening next door. A trivia panel tested who actually they know their Toontown deep cuts. The crossplay game was strong, and Brad, who started the pie tradition the year before, came back with more pies than ever. Second year in, the community traditions were taking root. For that, I will put it at A tier. The reason why is the year prior, OMGCon was like, after the year before was like, oh, we should give Toontown Rewritten everything. So, yeah. 2017. New venue, new convention, bigger city. The replay effect in Pittsburgh, Pennsylvania was a major step up. A fully dedicated gaming convention, not a small regional con. Third real world ToothFest overall, and the first time Toontown Rewritten planted their flags somewhere new. The move from Owensboro, Kentucky to Pittsburgh, Pennsylvania meant reaching a bigger audience, but it also meant figuring out logistics from scratch, growing pains, but a clear signal. The team wanted ToothFest to be a destination, not just a tradition. So for me, I'm gonna rank this one above the year prior. So yeah, the reason being because why I ranked ToothFest at Replay FX 2017, because there's a lot more things to do at the convention other than Toontown Rewritten. 2018, second year at Replay FX. The team knew the venue, know the rhythm, and didn't have to figure out on the fly. That confidence shows. Smirky and other creators were in the room, which mattered, not just because it was on camera, but the community's own voices were becoming the event itself. ToothFest wasn't just the Toontown Rewritten team talking at fans anymore. It was starting to feel like a conversation. For this one, I'm gonna put it at A tier. It lacked the oomph to make it an S tier, and also one thing to mention, it is community oriented. So yeah, the moment for that one was unfortunately a month before Replay, or maybe two. Khan, known as Michael in real life, unfortunately passed away. 2019. The 5th anniversary of Toontown Rewritten's ToothFest. Third year in a row at Replay FX, and the team knew people were disappointed that they were returning to Pittsburgh, Pennsylvania instead expanded. They addressed it directly. Their goal wasn't novelty. It was putting on the best possible event. Knowing the venue meant they can focus on the fun instead of logistics. This was the last Replay FX ToothFest. Nobody knew it at the time. At all the way up to S tier. It was a fun event by all accounts. 2020. COVID shut down everything. No conventions, no meetups. Instead, Toontown Rewritten pivoted to online only ToothFest. Honestly, they made it work. In-game events, live stream panels, digital community meetups. It wasn't the same being in a room together, but for a year where nothing was normal, generally impressive. The question is, does effort count when the format cannot compete with the in-person energy? For me, I would say for this, the answer is going to be no, so I'm going to put it at D tier because, well, it wasn't the same but as being on in person, but the reason why as well, it ran for too long. Why not just compress it? 2023, 3 years without a physical ToothFest. 2021 and 2022 were complete radio silence, and then MomoCon. This was branded as ToothFest Birthday Bash. Let's be real. It's definitely ToothFest. It mattered more than any branding could capture. After years of isolation, Toons showed up in person together. It wasn't just a return, it was a pressure test. Did the community still care about showing offline? The answer was yes. Yeah, there's definitely energy in the room for sure. Yeah, so for me, I will rank this in S tier. And here's why. Because I know they announced some new stuff, but this is not a factor. But the moments where Molly was the first player to actually solo the clerk, pretty much. Yeah, it was well documented on Twitter. Next year, 2024. New branding, new city, new convention. The great fanfare at GalaxyCon Oklahoma City was during the Toontown Rewrite 10. 6 panels, a cartoonable theme. This wasn't just a meetup anymore. It was a production. Under new management, got released during ToonFest. The great fanfare and Clear Coast development was showing. Toontown Remaster progress and What Would You Do trailer came out. The team came loaded and you were in that room or watching from home. You know something has shifted. It was the most ambitious ToonFest in years. The new branding is always a risk. Did the great fanfare landed or did feel like a ToonFest wearing a costume? I'll say it landed. So for me, I'll put it in B tier, and here's why. It's in the central time zone in the middle of nowhere next year. December 2024, Columbus, Ohio. Same year, second event. And this one got its own identity. ToothFest Columbus wrapped in a winter holiday theme at GalaxyCon Columbus in December. Winter holiday ToothFest, snowy cogs, festive chaos. It wasn't just a repeat of OKC. It has its own flavor. 2 events in 1 year raises a real question. Did seasonal theme elevate the experience, or did splitting the year across 2 events dilute what made ToothFest special? I'm gonna rank this at low A tier. Yeah. So the reason why is pretty much this is their second event in the year. I was like, okay, they're catching up. So yeah, so also the moment for this one was they're doing the VP carousel. So yeah, you can watch videos on that. It was the coldest ToothFest ever. Next year, 2025. Back to one event, back to the ToothFest name, and back to a milestone. The 10th anniversary of Toontown Rewritten's ToothFest itself, GalaxyCon Anime Orlando. 4 panels, 4 activities, and a build-up that stretched across 14 blog posts. The reveals were massive. The remastered Berg got released. The Clear Coast Alpha preview. Joint ventures alongside and a special guest, Juan Reaver. And 5 new trading cards. The remastered Classic, Dr. Shirley, and Lord and Loud and Clear as makeshift rewards. This felt like the team has figured out exactly what they wanted ToothFest to be post-COVID. The branding was confident. The format was published. The reveals were meaningful. After years of experimenting, different cities, different names, online pivots, 2025 felt like it finally landed on the formula. ToothFest post-COVID. So for me, I have no choice but to put this in S tier. The reason is we packed all their panels pretty much. It was like a double wide conference room and we packed it up. Also, GalaxyCon, we out attended all the other programming. The excitement and the energy was real for sure. And then in 2026, no ToothFest. The team announced it. It was canceled. And yeah, it stings. But when you look at the full arc of these events from a Disney studio lot to GalaxyCon Orlando. One canceled year doesn't erase what was built. It just means next year has to be special. So, what's the big takeaway from all of this? At the end of the day, ToonFest matters because it's ours. It's the one time every year when the community stops being usernames on a screen and becomes something real. A room full of people who all showed up for the same reason, and honestly, building that legacy and reaching new people as just as crucial as any single update. But that's just my tier list. The real question is, what do you think? I'm curious to hear your take. Which ToonFest lands on your S tier, and which one deserves the absolute bottom? Sound off in the comments. The link to the tier list is down in the description. And of course, don't forget to hit that like and subscribe button while you're at it for more deep dives and gameplay from the world of Toontown. Thank you for watching. Until next time. Alright, and goodbye.